Congratulations, you made it. Class number 12. Whew. It's a long 13 weeks, and we did it. This class, rather than spending time learning more things, I feel that I've given you a lot of the fundamentals, the tools that you're going to need to start building towards telling your story. Now, it's kind of a bittersweet moment. I am going to leave this video open for questions and answers. So either during our Skype call, you can ask some questions, or you can comment below, and I'm happy to answer some questions. It's going to be interesting because, a couple months from now, a lot of things are going to change. Snapchat and Instagram are probably going to be in a different place than they are today. Facebook is going to be in a different place they are today. There's going to be new e-commerce tools, new targeting tools, new data analytic tools. All those things are always changing. The reason I chose to talk about certain things in this course was because I feel like some of them are timeless. If you can find your target market, if you know what your value proposition is, if you know what tribe you're trying to communicate to, and you can tell stories to connect these people, to build a group, to build a customer base, I think that's what's going to get you going in the right direction. Whether you use Facebook or use a new app called the Books of the Internet, whatever it might be called. The other thing to remember is make great content. Be better, be bold, do something that nobody else is doing, step out of the box. And the reason I'm not lecturing is because you've watched enough things already. You have the knowledge, you have the tools. It's now a matter of going and doing them, of executing. It's really easy to sit back and watch and listen. And some of you might continue to do that, but if you could do anything for me after this class, it's that you do something about it. Because it's easy to listen to somebody and say, yeah, that's great. Oh, I've been thinking about doing that. And that's what the majority of people do. It's the rare ones that then take what you've given them and go do something with it. And every day they wake up, they put in the work. They enjoy the work, but they put in the work. They know, there's going to be days where it's dragging on, and you've all these other things going on in your life. That's part of the hustle. So to finish off this class, I have my 5 things that should be takeaways or sort of resonate with you, or reminders. Maybe it's something that you write down and you put in your wallet or your purse. Maybe it's something you write down and you put it in your office somewhere. It's things that I think hold true and will hold true for many years to come. The first one is customer first. We all have our own ideas. For example, what I think would be a great vacation is probably different than what you would think would be a great vacation. I might want to go to Singapore. You might want to go to Canada. So we all have our own ideas of what we like, what's fun, what we like to eat. We have preferences, and sometimes those preferences, as business owners, we choose to make decisions based on that preference. So I ask you to think about, are you making the right decision for your customer, or are you making the right decision for you? And you don't always have to make the decision for the customer, but you should always be thinking about the customer. What would the customer think when you post this post? What would the customer think about this new product idea? What would the customer think if they received this exact email? I've talked about this early in the class, so you've heard it before. And just always be thinking about the customer. Don't forget about your customer. They're the ones that are paying your paychecks. They're the ones that are coming in your door and allowing you to stay in business. It's a marathon, not a sprint. This is a big one. I've said it in some other videos as well, that a lot of people want to watch this video and get like the secret sauce, the gold, the silver bullet, the thing that's going to make them just be huge all of a sudden. And that's not the rule. That's an exception to the rule. The rule is that hard work pays off. And if you do these things that I speak about in this class, and you put in the work, you build the website, you build the social media presence, people will come. They're not just going to flood in though. We'll get breaks though along the way, that it'll be slow, and all of a sudden one of your posts or one of your blogs or one of your items gets picked up by a magazine or by a news source. And all of a sudden, you get a flood of new customers or a flood of potential customers. That's what happens. That's what's going to build your business. It's not this, hope that you're going to do something today and then tomorrow you're going to be successful. I mean, that can happen, but that's not the rule. That's an exception. So think about that you should be thinking about 1 year, 2 years out. I mean, definitely focus on the near term, but always be looking at the race, the full race, pace yourself, make sure you're making the right decisions today to make tomorrow even better. Break the mold while being human. I mean, you can break the mold, like do something kind of crazy out there, and then people are going to be, they think it's kind of a publicity stunt. So just like in storytelling, don't lie about your stories. They should be true stories, things that you really believe in. And but don't be afraid to share vulnerability or share things that are a little bit out of the box that a lot of other brands aren't willing to do. I think there's a lot of bravery and there's a lot of courage and there's a lot of great content that requires to break the mold. An example is like Chipotle. The reason why they're so successful is that they came out when we had Super Size Me, Fast Food Nation, all these videos coming out about how messed up the American food culture is. And one of the epitomes of American food culture is fast food. And how come no one has ever made a healthy fast food option? And Chipotle comes out saying, oh, we're non-GMO, we don't use any additives, it's all organic. Why does fast food have to be like that? We're going to change. We're going to be different. And they came out with this whole campaign with the scarecrow, amongst other things, and they were a huge success. And this was all before the E. coli breakout, but I think they will rebound from the E. coli because they've always followed that mission. They stepped outside the box. They're doing something new. They built a community. There's a tribe of people that just support Chipotle, and that is going to continue the growth. I mean, people are spending $10 for a burrito. That's expensive, and people willingly pay that. So they're on to something good. Use that as an example. Build a tribe and community. Find your target market and always be interacting and building your community. It's not, mass marketing does not work, where you're just going to market to everybody and anyone. You should find a tribe, find a cause, find something that find your unique value proposition, and go down that road. Pave that path. Don't get distracted by all the other things you could be doing. You're way better off being really good at one or two things than you are being mediocre at many things. Lastly, you heard it in the beginning of the video, stop waiting. At this point, you have what it takes. You've got the good stuff. Now that you have that, you need to go out and do the work. Put in the work. Stop waiting and start. So with that, thank you very much. I wish you the most future success. If you do anything for me, just start. A year from now when you're rich and you're just racking in the money, you can cut me a check if you want, but really the best thing to me is that you pay it forward. I think that's what's going to grow the world to be a better place. I think that's how business is going to work, is less competition, more collaborations, and just pay it forward. Next time you see somebody in need or somebody needs a little bit of help, pay the favor forward. You see that at Starbucks, when people start paying for each other's drinks and they're like, oh, I'm going to buy that person behind me. And they get like 50 people to buy each other drinks because they paid the favor forward. I think stuff like that is phenomenal and we need more of that. So pay it forward. Pay it forward, and I wish you best of luck in your future success. This is not the end. You can email me, post questions below. I will be coming out with some more series, some more classes, but for now, good luck, adios, happy holidays, talk soon.